Madam President, last week we saw our Democratic colleagues once again playing politics ahead of the defense of our great nation. They're putting their actions ahead of the support that we need to give to those that defend our nation. For the second time this year, as already stated today, Senate Democrats have blocked funding for our service members. And the kicker, folks, is that the vote they blocked was one that would have simply allowed us to debate the issue. It sounds unbelievable even while saying it now, folks, but it's the sad reality of where we are today. What message does it send to our men and women in uniform when every single senator of the Democratic Party votes against providing the funding that our troops need for training, for new defense programs critical to our national defense strategy, for the largest military pay raise in 10 years, which our troops have more than deserved after nearly 2 decades of fighting for their country. When I was deployed to Kuwait and Iraq in the early days of the war on terror, the most important thing was not only to ensure my soldiers and I had the right training and equipment to carry out our missions, but knowing without a doubt that the American people and the policymakers in government who sent us to war stood behind us and supported us every step of the way. It was placing faith in our country's leadership to make the sound decisions to effectively employ military force and to have the will, the resolve, and the tenacity to make tough decisions without regard to politics. The decision of the Democrats last week to not even open debate on what our troops need to fight and win is so sorely disappointing. What will it take in order to get our service members at home and abroad the resources they need? Will we really deprive our troops of critical training opportunities to hone their readiness in the most dangerous strategic environment since the end of the Cold War? Will we actively aid our enemies by failing to fund those things which we have identified as critical to maintaining an edge against our adversaries? It is absolutely unacceptable that Democrats would even entertain these possibilities. If you want to have a debate, then let's have a debate. But to say that you support the troops and then obstruct the ability to discuss it in this chamber, what our service members need, it doesn't even add up. That's why I'm here. I'm on the floor today to call upon all of my colleagues who sank the prospects of defense funding to come down and do the job that all of us swore to do when we took our oath of office. It's time to give our troops what they need to do their jobs. And it's time to stop running this government through wasteful continuing resolutions in an increasingly dangerous world. With that, Madam President, I will yield the floor, and I will note the absence of a quorum.